So I know you guys saw my last video that blew up about ugly women being mad about Stellar Blade in video games. Well, now apparently we have E-Thots being mad about an AI program that is unthoughting them. Essentially, it seems like there's a program called Dignify that is putting the pans back, as Fandom Pulse says, putting the pans back on women, and the E-Thots are absolutely mad about the AI sexual revolution.
Oh, mama.
And it's funny because if you look at these comparison pictures, and there's going to be plenty of comparison pictures going on in this article, you're going to see that some of them are actually pretty damn hilarious, right? This one's a little bit plain and basic. They removed the tattoos, they changed the earrings a little bit, and then they just give her more of a glowing look, and that's basically it. And they conservatize her a bit, right? That's essentially the minor part of the entire revolution. There is so many big drastic changes. Let's get into it, guys. Let's just get into it. So let's get into the article from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing to my manga channel. The links are in the description box below in my link tree. I would love to see you there. So the article says the Dignify movement, born on 4chan's poll board, has taken the internet by storm. Users are utilizing artificial intelligence, AI, tools to edit real pictures of scantily clad women, providing them with more modest attire, and if applicable, removing their tattoos. This dignified trend has sparked a heated debate on the nature of modesty, female empowerment, and the role of AI in shaping societal norms. Now, here's the funniest thing to me about AI, right? So there is plenty of AI programs out there that do the exact opposite. You have AI programs out there that are declothing women, right? They're making them into something that they're actually not. You have all this deep fake stuff, like you guys already know the whole Taylor Swift drama. There is so much out there that does the complete opposite. I just find it pretty hilarious and funny that when now you have something that puts clothes back on women, suddenly the women want to get angry and go crazy over it. It's interesting. On January 31st, 2024, an anonymous user on 4chan's poll board called for a campaign to use an AI code, Dignify, to edit pictures of provocatively dressed women online, ensuring they are more clothed and adhere to a traditional ideal of women. This digital modesty initiative gained traction, and on February 2nd, 2024, the hashtag Dignify began trending on Twitter. Oh man, here we go. So here's a photo of a difference, right? It's still not that great. Look how blurry it is on the hair and whatnot. It's very clearly a Photoshop picture, or at least an AI generated picture. But look at the difference, right? This is not even that scantily clad in my opinion on the left, but still, they take something like this and they put a dress on her and everything and completely hit it all. They also changed the hairstyle just a little bit, not too much, but they definitely made her clothed. Then the anon wrote, with the power of AI, we will clothe the Insta-Thots. We will purify them of their tattoos. We will liberate them of their piercings, and we will lengthen their skirts. It will be nearly impossible to build counter-narratives to this. We will piggyback off the outrage around AI porn and commit unrelenting psychological warfare to our ends. We will show them the lives that they will never have. We will force them to gaze upon the image of true beauty, reclaimed from their own corrupted visage. We will bring decency back into the world, one seething roasty at a time. This guy thinks he's the main character in the movie, man. Like, when you see something like this, you can't help but, clap. You can't help it, because he is going on a mission that seems like he's going on it with very few soldiers, and that's fine. I just think it's pretty damn funny. I think it's funny to see all the women get mad that they can't thought online. I think that's very interesting, because a lot of them swear all the time that they're not sexualizing themselves. That's like the first thing that they're always going to tell you whenever they get called out on being a E-Thot. They're going to say, stop sexualizing me, even though they're the ones that are literally posting pretty much naked pictures online. So it's always your fault. It's never their fault. So now that this particular AI is doing the exact thing that they said that they're not trying to do, which is desexualize them, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Oh, I can't be sexualized online of my own free will? Why not? It just is very interesting. The movement gained widespread attention when Jack Posobiec, a prominent Twitter user, shared the hashtag, resulting in over 3,500 retweets and 24,000 likes in a matter of hours. This increased visibility led to a flurry flurry of discussions surrounding the use of Dignify and AI in general to either generate pornography or clothe women, sparking debates about the control men exert over women's attire and the expression of female sexuality. So this person right here has a tweet that says women who dress modestly are getting unclothed with AI, while those who dress immodestly are getting clothed with AI. This paradox reflects the control men seek over women's attire, regardless of modesty. Now, I actually semi-agree with this statement. I think it's pretty interesting that there is a duality happening, right? I think it's interesting that there's one side of the internet that is trying to remove the clothing, and there's another side of the internet that apparently is saying you're too much of an E-Thot, let's throw some clothing on you. And look at these images. These are very drastic, right? This one in particular on the top right is a big difference. Even this one is a big difference. Now, they even reduced her chest size, which is funny to me. So this one, they put a dress on, again, hit the goods. I find it interesting that people apparently are trying to turn this into a real thing where they're going so crazy over the fact that women are dressing like E-Thots, and I guess they're sick of it, and now they want to clothe them, and women just are not having it. Some Twitter users drew parallels between Dignified movement and the 2017 original versus untumblrized controversy, which began when a user on the online platform 4chan altered a Fortnite character's appearance to be less clothed, skinnier, and paler, labeling as untumblrized. The incident highlighted the tension between the pursuit of political correctness and personal aesthetic preferences. Now, I actually remember this happening. I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, but I do remember this being a thing, although I didn't really care, to be honest with you, but I thought this was pretty damn funny when it was happening, and I just think it's people trying to transform something that they don't like into something they do like. So it says, modesty for women is an important value that goes beyond clothing choices, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into specifics. Again, I don't really care. It's not my personal choice, right? If you want to be an E-Thot online, by all means, go for it. That's your own choice. I just hate that when women do that, they want to lie about two things. One, over-sexualizing themselves when they very clearly are, and number two, talking about how unhappy they would be if they were in a relationship, married, with kids, whatever. Like, stop fooling yourself, okay? You're very clearly lying, and you're trying to basically cope with the idea that you're never going to have those things because you decided to go the other route, which is fine. You're more than welcome to go the other route. You have that power within yourself as an adult to do what you want to do, but you can't be upset when you have an AI program like this is basically turning you from this into this, and now now you're just complaining. Why? Whatever. It is what it is. But this AI is actually pretty hilarious because if you see, it kept its hip size, right? It kept her hip size, even though this is very clearly Photoshop probably. It kept her hip size, but it reduced her legs to basically nothing. It's like half the thickness, even though the hips are the same. That must look really bad under that dress. So it says, modesty in dress involves selecting clothing that's not revealing or form-fitting and which covers the body appropriately. This can include longer skirt and dress lengths, higher necklines, etc., etc. Moreover, modesty, etc. Again, I don't want to go into specifics. This picture right here, I wanted to show you because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. This one right here actually has some deeper meaning to it, right? When you stare at it, and I'm not talking about this, ladies and gentlemen, when you stare at this picture, it actually has deeper meaning. Isn't it sad that this is basically what women were like back in the day, right? Nurturers, caretakers, beautiful. They're more conservative. They have children. They're taking care of the kids. They're making sure they ensure future generations. And now to the left, this is what they are now. You have E-Thots online holding their puppies because they can't find anybody because they're too busy blaming men for all their problems when they're the problem half of the time. It just shows the duality of what happened to women over the last 100 years. That's all it took. 100 years to go from this to this. It's actually pretty insane. So when I saw this picture meant the most to me in terms of the difference between women back in the day and women now. But again, that's my own personal opinion. Take it for what it's worth. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
What's wrong?
That's no lady!